did I do that for? Yikes.
Hello. Anybody home?
Hello, welcome to our channel. My name is Luba.
And my name
and
is
I've been
Luba.
in the industry for more than 10 years.
Funny, very funny.
I feel like, yeah, no, that's okay. How's that?
Why you do that?
Because I just wait for people to turn up, but you don't actually have to do that because we're the only ones that do that because it's delayed by 30 seconds.
Wait,
how's that?
and I always do that.
Well, we don't really know what we're doing today. We're just saying that before. We don't really know what we're talking about today. But we thought if you guys want to ask some questions about whatever's going on, we can answer those questions with the utmost authenticity.
Yeah, and first
honesty.
of all, we want to say happy 4th of July for all our American subscribers. I know that this is a big day for you and that it is day off, obviously. It's Sunday. So
This is Thanksgiving, right? Is it, or is it something else? No?
It's Independence Day.
Oh, I don't know. I'm from New Zealand. We don't even have holidays.
Thanksgiving Day.
It is Thanksgiving.
Dear, no, like it's Thanksgiving is in November. Remember when we eat it?
I don't know. I don't even know when my own birthday is. How am I going to know when the day of thanks is? So we thought we would do that. And what else? I don't know. We just like to do these live videos. We think they're interesting and we like them. They're pretty cool. And we miss talking to you guys. So Tracy, I think we got a call with Tracy on there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
we can have it online.
Dobro wiecie. Okay, so ask questions away. We thought we would just tell you what's going on. If you guys don't know, we've actually started 2 new channels. Some of you guys know that already. One of the channels is Luba's Behind the Scenes. She's become like a vlogger, haven't you? Haven't you? Hey, become a little vlogger there. So if you want to know what goes on behind the scenes on a tour, what are you doing? I was getting a back massage then. I was pretty stoked about that, but yeah. So if you want to see what goes on behind the scenes, just not with just a tour, but just what we do. We see some funny things, and we always like say, you know what we should do? We should record that and put it somewhere. But where would we put it? So that's why we started another channel, which is On The Go. Link is in the description before, and also we have Rocket Life. We're still unsure about that name of that channel, but it's that's about all things Ukraine, moving to Ukraine, stuff that I've learned while living here, things that if you are thinking about coming here for 1, 2, 3, 4 longer months, you'll learn some stuff there about how to get around, how to buy stuff, at the moment because we went out and bought an apartment, and we're going to document that process all the way through. It is a bit choppy at the moment with what we did. We were hoping to document it all the way through, but because we bought an apartment so fast, we didn't get a chance to do that, did we? But that's our life. It's 100 million miles an hour. What have you been up to?
I'm just back.
What have you been up to? Yeah, you've had a crazy.
Yeah, June was very interesting. We have several tours, and we have even more like guys together. And in one point of time, we had 7 guys in Zaporozhye. That is like really like a very small city, but just kind of like all the guys just went there. And
well, we had in a space of, I guess it's 1 month, is it 1 month? We had 5 Rocket Tour clients, didn't we? Was it 5? Because we had 1 and then we had 2 and then 2.
Yeah, and then also Rocket Match. So and all of these people, and all of these people were in Ukraine. So we ended up one evening like in Zaporozhye, and it was not even all of them because the guy, he is a Rocket Tour, but he already met a lady, and he came to visit her for the second time, and so he'd been in Kiev, and. It was very interesting because we were sitting and I was like calling every guy and talking to them on the side, and I felt
you could have had it like
next.
If all of them were single,
Mama.
Hey, Mama. If all of them were single, you could have had a social.
Yeah.
Couldn't you?
Yeah. So it was interesting. It was a very difficult month, to be honest, but I'm very, very happy with the result. And if there is a guys who are watching us, please give the feedback, share with the guys with your incredible experience, because it was very hot. I mean, at the beginning, the first tour was very rainy all over Ukraine. It was just like really like just just super rainy. It was difficult because it was running, with umbrellas to the dates, but it was still like romantic because you can hold each other and, running with that. And we even broke like 2 umbrellas from the from the hotel. Sorry about that. And then the next trip, it was extremely hot. But if you're following our Telegram group, like all the descriptions, we will put like all the links down below, because in Telegram, I still will put like short videos, and on YouTube, it will be like more about like the whole trip or something. So we went to so many different places. And I honestly was surprised how every time like we find new places.
Yeah, like the whole thing with us, if you guys don't know, the whole thing was about the adventure of doing this, and it's what lacks with a lot of these companies. It's just come and date and then go. I remember I spoke to one matchmaker or agency who'd been in the game for a while, and this was a while back, and I said, what I would love to do is have like something when we're talking about Heart Rocket, where they come and they experience the culture, every day they learn some Russian, they do it. And he said, they don't care about that. They just want to meet women. And I said, I disagree. Like, I believe that there's more to this experience than just coming over and meeting women, because if it doesn't work, you go home and you think, oh, this sucks or whatever. But, with us, we like to, try and create this cool experience. You go and see some, like if you follow that channel, you'll see some of the stuff they go and do. And it's just kind of stuff that they do randomly when there's, instead of sitting around on these other tours, you sit around and you do nothing, like for like 4 hours a day waiting for a date. And our view on that is like, why are you sitting around? Like, go see something cool. Like, go to the old Soviet museum, go visit some old castle.
The collections in some museums were absolutely incredible. Zaporozhye in this matter surprised me big time. We went to so they have an airline company called Motor Sich, and their planes are very old, like honestly, like very, very strange, like to fly on them, but they're in a great condition. And like when the guys see that, we didn't fly this time, but I was flying before. When you got to this, it's like on something, so it's like really, really old, but they have incredible museum and everything in such a like good condition. Okay, good.
Pristine.
I'm scared to use like
pristine
new words with you.
Everything is in a good crispy condition.
Yes, and so you can come and bite. So anyway, they have a big collection of like bikes, and they have a very interesting collection of these big samovars. It's like old-fashioned teapots, like jars, and they have I'm super curious now to bring somebody there. So they have a door, incredible wooden door with it says like all the weapons. So it has the weapons of Stalin, but it's a private collection. So the security actually was very, very talkative. I don't know why, but he was giving me a tour in this museum, and he said that only like politicians or some like friends come. It's a private collection, but there is like some incredible collection of that. And there was also a collection, like I was surprised about the size of fish, because always guys like they like fishing and they say, Luba, what kind of fish you can get in Black Sea, or you can get in Dnieper River. So there was a giant fish, and it was a big collection of harpoon, like
with it, harpoon.
Yep. Yeah, so it was very interesting, and honestly I was very, very impressed. And we did of course a lot of walking, and this last trip I have a lot of running, because our guy was like to run, and I'm very proud of him. We did several runs together, and even though he was much older,
one of his dates was a running date. They went for a run. What other company, like if you're into running, you want to find someone that's into running as well, so they go on a running date together in the morning. I mean, we went there at 6 in the morning, and she lived like in an incredible area in Kiev. I didn't even know that they have it. So it was a big lake, because of course, like I can do the video, and I did the video, but it can't represent everything. So the atmosphere there was like I went to a different city, like different little village maybe, because there was like this big lake, and then people were like running around. They know each other, they wave to each other. They like somebody was riding some bicycles. There was older ladies who were swimming in this lake, so it's clean water, you can swim. There was like a duck and ducklings, like and like they know like each name. It was like such an atmosphere, such a friendly. And there was a guys who were fishing, and I said like, what are you fishing? This like little pond. So like, oh, we have very good fish. So they plant, like they put it there, they grow it, and then they fish. I mean, it's just like a very nice, like, they put the fish there.
Yeah, they said that somebody is taking care of this pond. They put the fish there, and so like in some time they fish. It was just like very nice to be there. And they was running like one circle around the lake was like 2 kilometers. They did 3 circles. It was very, very interesting.
Yeah, I wouldn't have done that. I've got a saying about running.
Yes.
It's for emergencies only. Anyway, let's answer some questions here. I just heard this one here from Jason. Is it there? Oh, it's gone. Did I just delete it? Yeah, I see what you're saying there. There are ways out of that. We have.
I think that Jason just subscribed to our Telegram group, so he can see what we're about.
Yeah. Okay. So if you're there, don't be scared to reach out. We can certainly, because we know what
about the tours. I want to, because we got a couple of questions, and like I already see here questions. So what's happening with the tours?
Can I just point out, this is from our last client that came. It's from Disneyland.
He wanted to. He asked like this.
He gave me this cup. And the thing is like, I like using it, but the cup is so big, I've got to use 2 tea bags.
So about the tours, I was not planning to do more than 1 tour in 1 month, but we do have like a lot of requests. And in July, we have first part of July is already booked, and we have like guy who really asked for 26th of July. We got a guy, so we have 1 or 2 spots for 26th of July. If you want to do a tour with us, I can take you on board. The tour will be 10 days, and it will start on 26th of July. So in Odessa.
Plenty of time.
It will start from Odessa, yes.
Okay, let's have a look here. Do I need to scroll up? Oh, there we go. Here we go.
I just about how to leave.
Hot as relative, we have just come off it. Yeah, in the States at the moment, or is it Canada? It's somewhere where you guys have got like 50-degree weather or something I saw on the news, which is pretty crazy. I've got
if you want to do, like I have a little Russian course, but it's just the essentials, it's just basic, but Striker will be
there's a I don't know how to type it in here, but there is a course that I highly recommend, and it's by a guy, Jan. His name is Jan and someone else. So write this down. It's called Language Boost, I think, or Russian Language Boost, and it's 21 hours to speak Russian. Okay, so it's sort of like I think it could be done better, but I think that
just recommended it.
No, but what is good about it is that he does like a Zoom call with like 3 or 4 other people, always the same. It's 21 lessons, and the best way to do it is to watch it once, and you'll be like, I don't get it, and then the second time, like pause it in between and answer the questions that he's asking the people, and usually by the 3rd time, I watched every video 3 times. And by the 3rd time, you can answer like the questions that he's asking straight away. But it's very good. It's like, where do I work? And, where do I live? Where am I from? What do I want? I want this. Do you want that? It's pretty good. There's no like kind of wishy-washy stuff. I mean, you'll learn the basics, and it's very, I guess, motivating, I suppose. Okay.
So guys, I will be very happy to see you on our Telegram group. And remember, we have a thing that everybody who is like next 100 person, like he will get
a back massage,
get a free call and back massage from Striker. So
that's what I was saying.
Yeah, so now we have 256. Please subscribe. I don't know, they can't can they copy the link from here if I put it?
No.
Yes,
they cannot. You just have to go.
What I always was doing. Okay, just keep
that's
talking
why no one is subscribing, because they can't cut and paste something off.
Thank
the
you
screen.
so much, dear. You're so encouraging.
I know. Okay, let's go. So I use Pimsleur Russian on Audible, and I'm liking it. Yeah, I mean, like I've tried many different methods, from apps to other things, and you'll find things that work and things that don't work, and some things that you hear other people raving about, you do it and you think, I can't be bothered with this, or I don't have time, or I don't have patience for it, or whatever. So really, there's no one way to learn, honestly. Like I've got some really strange ways of learning certain things, like my using my cases jars down here, like my cases jars, which I write the cases on the outside of glass jars and stuff like that. So I just do whatever works, but a lot of it is obviously listening. So, which is Pimsleur is good at. Okay, let me just have. Oh, it's always hard to scroll.
No, because it's the end.
No,
yeah, what are you doing?
This way.
It's fine.
Sorry to hear Ukraine lost to England. Our big contest today is the hot dog eating Coney Island. A hot dog eating contest. Man, I'll be down to go check that out.
Okay. Yeah, it was bad yesterday. It was like really like.
Were people angry in the town?
Yeah. No, yeah, it was because like if you saw, we went down to the dancing place, and it was empty at the beginning, and then people started coming. Yeah, it was bad. Everybody expecting at least like one, but 4-0, it was really bad.
What was the score? 4-0.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you got whipped.
Yeah.
Do you care about that?
Mm-mm.
I don't either. I'm from England and you're actually from Ukraine. So, interesting. Interesting how that worked out.
What does tate up?
What's all the tat?
What is that?
Tattooed. What's it with the tatted up Ukrainian chicks? Traditional woman of fire and few between and not interested in foreign guys. Now, I've been thinking about doing a video.
Tat is like tattoo?
Tattoos, yeah, tattoos.
Okay.
And chicks is women.
And Ukrainian?
And traditional woman is what they used to be like back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
But no, this is very interesting, okay? And this is one thing you got to understand is that young Ukrainian women are not, remember this, are not what you are thinking Ukrainian women are, okay? Now, sometimes the traditional Ukrainian woman has been oversold by some of these companies. We just mentioned one before that one of these guys in here is going to. They oversell it. They oversell. Think about this, okay, guys? Just think about this for a second. They oversell the traditional Ukrainian woman because that's what you want. The same company that's overselling the traditional Ukrainian woman is also overselling the sexualization of the Ukrainian woman as well, right? Just think about that for a second, right? Those two things don't mesh well together, okay? So it's all, it's a little bit of smoke and mirrors with that. But yeah, women under the age of 25, let's say 20, I'm going to say 25 now, and every year that goes forward, it'll be, and I've had the same conversation with you, it'll be 26, 27, 28, 29, as it goes forward, okay? Times are changing, but also women that are in their early 20s, they're looking for different things than women that are in their early 30s, for example. In her early 20s, well, you know, she might be looking for a guy that's, you know, a little bit more, she's not as serious, basically. When she gets to her 30s, some things inside her are telling her that she needs to get her shit together. And so then different decisions are made along the way. But to be honest, there's not that many women that you see over the age of 35 with tattoos, is there? There is a shit ton around 20 years old with tattoos, and they have these like random kind of like tattoos all over them. It's fashion, you know, it's just the way that it is, you know, take from it what you will, what the tattoo means on a woman. You may like it, you may not like it. You may like some parts of it, you may not like other parts of it, if you know what I mean. Or you may like some parts of it, if you know what I mean. She may have certain issues. And sometimes those things can. You
know, I just start paying attention, and recently on a tour, like it was a lady, and she did a tattoo here, like on her, how you call it, wrist. And she was in Georgia, and she really enjoyed it. And she said, you know, it was such a moment. It was her birthday, and here in Ukraine we celebrate like kind of like big when you're like 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, like all this like ages. So it was her anniversary, I would say. And so she did that. And the guy was like, most of the guys, they don't like tattoos, even though I know that almost all American ladies, they do have tattoos, and they say on the guy, it's fine, but on the girls, like, I don't like it. And so she was like so proud. And I knew that he doesn't like it. And she was so proud. She was telling about her birthday. She was telling about her trip. And she said, look, I did this tattoo. And he sit there like not as enthusiastic as her, but I know that for her it means so much, because it says like the life is just beginning, or like the life will get better. Life is like, it's a meaningful. And even I told you the other day, I said like I want to put like, because I have a favorite saying that I don't have any tattoos, but I was thinking like maybe I should put it. You know,
what's the saying? Oh, can you say? Can you at least tell me here on the internet in private?
But I told you. No, I just like my phrase that I really like got me inspired is like sky is the limit. It means a lot for me. And this is что ты хочешь
No, I wasn't. I was saying that means the sky is the limit.
It means the sky is the limit. I know. Yes.
And so you're going to get this?
Striker. Yes. So I don't know what this message, like let Luba know who the boss is. I just will not pay attention at this one at the moment.
Hey, you know, like with, you know, I think that, well, one thing that I've noticed is like guys from the States, a lot of them are really against tattoos. Yes, whereas I'm from New Zealand, and all of my friends have tattoos from like here.
Girls and guys?
Girls as well also have like tattoo sleeves. But in New Zealand, there's like the culture, the Māori culture, which is like the indigenous people of New Zealand. And it's their culture for the females to have tattoos, they were like a tribe that would like beat people up or whatever. They were quite aggressive. And they get these tattoos like across here, and it's called a moko, I think it is. And so it's still traditional. I know it's not very feminine or like, don't look at me like I'm down with that. I'm certainly
so my
not.
sky's the limit is just piece of cake.
Sky's the limit. Yeah, they certainly don't have sky as the limit tattooed across their chin. But yeah, but it's like culture there. So in New Zealand, it's very, very accepted. Like, if a woman has tattoos, like, you wouldn't even think twice. Nobody would, not out of my group of friends who are all heavily tattooed anyway, would think, oh, woman with tattoos, she'll be trouble. They wouldn't think that. In fact, they'd probably think it's pretty cool, to be honest. But
some of the ladies, most of the time here, people do very meaningful. They don't do like, it's not more fashionable like to do like big cat or like big star or like the sun or something. They do like some phrases or some symbols. Yeah,
that's what I was thinking before. It was if there's sometimes there's something meaningful in their life, of maybe somebody that passed away.
Like sky's the limit.
I do like it. I told you.
You just make me embarrassed, like in front of the guys, like it's a silly saying. It's my saying.
I like it, and I like saying, and I think it's good when there's a meaning behind a tattoo, and that's what I'm saying, is that if there is a meaning behind the tattoo, it's not so bad as opposed to like a woman that maybe gets random tattoos all over her back and legs and calf and foot and all that sort of stuff. Sometimes that's seen as a little bit different, but okay. Yes. But yeah, I like the sky's the limit.
Okay, I will not do it then. So I want to say about the COVID. I want to say a little bit about the COVID. So what is going on here, right? So basically, everything is very good. Everything is most of the time open. There was no issues like for the whole trip, the last trip, 2 weeks, even when we were flying back to Odessa, like they don't even was care about like if I wear the mask, because I can't put them on, like I just really can't. And so I put it like on one ear kind of. And so if even in the beginning of June, they was like telling, no, put the mask on. At the end, like there was not really care about that. And in most of the shops, you don't need it. So it's fine. It's good.
Yeah.
People are more open. Like clubs are packed, theaters are packed. I don't know, is it good or bad? Because like people still get sick, and some people think that it is something else. And like my friend just called me. She said, Luba, like it was so bad. I got sick. Like everything was like all the symptoms was it like, and I have like ear infection also, but the test was negative. So
yeah.
But like I just think that there's still flus running around, and there also in Odessa especially. My mom worked in a medical center, so it gets really bad with the water, because a lot of people they just going to the beach in the morning, they leaving in the evening, they got the sun burn, they got the kids just swallowing the water, and it's not, of course, good for them. So a lot of just diseases running around the cities just because it is summer, and also very hot, and people eating the street food. That is also can be good for you in summer. So it just mixture, but the COVID itself seems like left Ukraine.
Well, yeah, they did. It's no longer like I have a subscription to the Kiev Post, all right, and you get an email like every day with the headlines, and it used to be like one section was COVID, and that's kind of gone now, and it's like I actually worked out, it had like the amount of, instead of saying how many new cases, like now it says how many people have recovered. And it was how many people died, which was 50,000, 51,000, 52,000 people had died. Now, I think if we were to really look at that, I think it's probably a lot less than that. But of course, people die and they say tested positive for you know what. And 2.2 million people recovered. So when you work that out, it's about 2%, maybe a little bit over 2% if it was that. So, yeah, I think, I don't think you have to be that good at maths to sort of go, I'm not wearing 3 masks.
Guys, can you please tell me if you see us good or bad? Because I got a message that we have a very bad quality of the video. Can you please tell us? Maybe you have to, by the way, like when you start watching the video, and I recently found it out, there's like when you open the video, there's like 3 dots at the right top corner, and it says quality. So you can choose like 1080 would be the best. Can see you great. All good. Video.
We look good from this.
From
this side. Okay, so I forgot what we were talking about then. we've gone off topic, haven't we? That's not like us.
Oh, спасибо, guys. Спасибо.
Okay. So they're no longer, kind of like, I don't know.
Clone for what? I just didn't understand. Like, what is this clone? Do they have clone? Clone for what? Oh, okay. There.
So like really, there's nothing anywhere. Maybe the supermarket or the bank you have to wear a mask, but like at the checkout. But people just put it on and hold there at the checkout and then go out. So it's life as usual. I know that there's stuff in the news about that. We had a few emails this week about people talking about some certain issues. One of them, which I had a look at today, was that Lukashenko from Belarus. What's his name? Lukashenko from Belarus stopped Ukrainians from coming through the border because they were apparently carrying weapons, to organize a coup. And Ukraine said, we're not doing that. We don't care about that. But it was actually Ukraine that actually said, hey, look, we're going to cancel the flights because you hijacked that plane just because there was a reporter on it that didn't like what you were doing. So who knows what the truth is, but there's always this stuff that's in the news and it sort of gets blown out of proportion, especially, it's like Chinese whispers. When it's here, it's like, okay, whatever, who cares? But by the time it gets all the way to United States and then it gets all the way to your specific friend or family member, then it's the worst it could ever be when they talk to you about it. So, yeah.
There's a question that I want to kind of pay attention at. So here the guys say, layered, Raymond. So hello, appreciate your videos. Approximately how many of the women over 40 have kids and how many don't want kids? Guys, honestly, I know that, I just like, if I can share with you a little bit of my mindset and a little bit of like how I, how I now see the dating in Ukraine, it would be so helpful. Like Vanchik is here and he will really not let me, like we give names for all our guys. And so he really will not give me, let me lie about like the tour that we're having. We have a really big variety of girls, like really big. And I am proud of that because we do not have any shortage of girls. We're not shortage, like there's no shortage in one city. Each city has at least like 2 agencies, so like if we travel to each city, like there would be big variety of girls. And sometimes for somebody, it goes better in one city and it goes worse in another one or differently. And since we started like the tours in November, I have 3 couples that are seriously like in relationship, and like one of them is coming for the 3rd time already and going to propose. Another one is already from December, they engaged and they already opening the visa. It was a blind date. Kind of. So it was the guy chose the lady and then, somebody like got COVID or there was some like circumstance. And I said, I do have a lady for you. Just please trust me. They go on a date and they say, Luba, how did you do that? Like, how do you know? Like, and of course, like you have to understand that I work with the guys for so many years and you know that, right? That I have this scent, like I can understand what kind of lady you like. I don't have to put you with a like big lady or like, I mean, I respect everybody, but somebody who is overweight or like somebody older or with 3 children, I don't have to do it because I have plenty of ladies to introduce you to the right one. So I like the reason that I say that kind of like out of the topic, I want you to be a little bit more open-minded. If you're doing the tour and we discuss with you what you want, what you don't want, how you want it, what you wanted, we will be able to help you in every matter. Like if you're reasonable and realistic, and when we do a call with you and I say, yes, I can help you, it means that, it's almost like 100% chance that I will be able to help you. If you will be listening to us and you will like take our advices and you will be willing to, to work on yourself. Because like we had recently a client that was kind of interesting request. Like he's a younger guy, said like, I want a lady who never been in a relation, like no married, no divorce. And we can't understand, why. And then you talk to him and you understand that he see the lady who is divorced, like he see the lady on the West, right?
Yeah.
Explain this better because.
Yeah. Well, when he signed up, he said one of us, like, it's always good to have, we've said it before, instead of saying what you want, because the list can be so down to the point, it's say what you don't want. Like say from past experiences, it's contrast from relationships you may have had in the past and you don't want anything to do with that particular characteristic. of the woman. And one of his was that she hasn't been married and divorced. And I explained to him the difference between being married and divorced in Ukraine and in the West. Like Ukraine has high divorce rates, right? And I did a video not too long ago about divorce rates where I wanted to try and break it right down. But in the end, I kind of just thought, to hell with it. Like, who cares if a woman from Ukraine divorces a man from Ukraine? You are not from Ukraine yourself. So unless you want to put yourself in that category, then that's entirely up to you. But to get divorced in the West, right, it's a huge rigmarole. If any of you guys have ever been through it, it takes years. It costs thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars, and all that sort of stuff. Here, you just go into the city here, you pay like $26 and you wait 3 weeks and you're divorced, okay? That does contribute to the high divorce rate itself, right? If it was that easy to get divorced in the States, the States would have a higher divorce rate as well. I think we could probably all agree on that. So I explained that to him, and I said that, like, things happen. You don't know what's happened to her. You might meet a woman who has been divorced. She tells you the story of the fact that maybe this guy was just abusive and he used to beat her up and he was just all these things that, are bad. And you might go, oh, okay, well, yeah, okay. But to jump to a conclusion based on something that you've seen that's quite broad, I don't know how to explain that the best way. The question here, like with kids, that's kind of like a yes and no.
Yes,
that's not a divorce. Why'd you get divorced? That's like, you've got kids. Okay, you got kids, right?
But also, like, there's a thing that, I know that most of the guys just don't want to deal with the father. And, I just know that if there's many situations when father is not even on the picture for many reasons. He never was, maybe they was not married, but she has a child and he doesn't have any rights. So it would not be an issue. So if you don't want the lady with the child just because you don't want to deal with the father, then it's a different condition.
Yeah. No. I'm just
it's a different. Go ahead.
And then there's another point as well that's pushed quite heavily, especially through the red pill manosphere, and I do agree with it, especially in the West, right? Because in the West, like, if you take on another woman's child, I know, I'll put my hand up to it. I did it for years. Okay. And then when it comes down to it, it's like you're expected to pay for everything for her and for her and the child, right? But you have to take all the financial burden, but when it comes to actually, disciplining the child, raising the child as if it's yours, like truly as if it's yours, you can't do that, and it causes conflict and there's friction between you and the mother. And then if you do separate after a certain amount of years, and I've been in this position, the woman can sit there and, in court, and she can say, well, he was the dad and now we need money to pay, there is this as well. And this is pushed heavily through the red pill community, and it is 100% true. And I've been through it, and I've sat there while an ex of mine has done that exact same thing. This was before I even found out about it. So I get that. Okay, I fully get that. In Ukraine, you won't experience that, right? You're not going to go to court and sit there while the woman says, well, he's the dad, and now we have nothing, even though just before we were a strong, independent woman, but now we have absolutely nothing at all, and he needs to continually pay for the lifestyle that he created before we came along. You're not going to get that, okay? It doesn't exist here. It's laughable it's laughable to think about it. If a woman meets a man who takes on her children, especially if the father is out of the way, you have a lot of value to her, all right? A lot of value. So we always talk about value, and that's what every relationship comes down to. How much value does she have for you? She's hot, she looks good, she treats me well, she's younger, whatever, that's her value, right? For you, it's how well can you provide for her and for her child. Sometimes if there's bolt-ons, there's add-ons, that if you take responsibility for, not saying you should, it's entirely up to you. You take responsibility for some of those other things, your value is higher. Let's say you meet a woman who doesn't have kids, and a woman that does have, say, a child or two, and there's no father in the picture, and you come on and you assume that responsibility to take care of her and her family. Don't forget, when a woman has had a child, she's the most vulnerable she's ever going to be in her life, and if you look at it from an evolutionary standpoint, it is the time in her life where if the man doesn't stick around, she will die. So if you assume that responsibility,
we need to change the name of the channel.
What?
Wise from Striker.
Well, I'm just
No, it's interesting.
I'm just having a chat with the boys. Just having a chat with the boys. So yeah. So if you assume that responsibility, your value is much higher than Joe Blogs who come along with a single woman and you're having a good time together. Okay. So you have to think about all of these things for yourself and how you can use the evolution of mankind, right? Things like hypergamy. How can you use it? Okay. If you're sitting there going, I don't like hypergamy, I don't want anything to do with it. Okay. Maybe like swallow the black pill and don't worry too much about it. But there are things that you can use. Okay. It's about knowing how it works and then using it. Some people know how it works and they just like, to hell with this. They find the red pill, they go down the brown pill, black pill, purple pill, whatever, and they say, I can't deal with this. Okay, fair enough. But there are ways that you can use it. Like it's all about your value. That's what you have to understand. It's all about your value.
Yeah, I don't mind him talking red pill. I support it actually. When I was watching this movie that called Red Pill, I was pretty shocked, and only after that I understood, why guys are just like, what are they talking about?
He's like, Luba, please
let him talk. I want to say different. I want to say like from the examples, because we, like, for me, our job, like why I still like do it myself, and every guy on every tour say, Luba, you just need to stay home, you're just tired, you can't manage everything, how do you work so much? Not blah blah blah, but I mean it is true. But I really enjoy, because I see that every time
I see he had my back.
Yes.
I thought you were like saying, Luba, please tell Striker.
No, he was talking about
no more red. Like we
no, but then
know
you
about the red.
Sorry. No, it's okay. But it's like examples. And so on the recent tours, like there was two situations. One situation was that the guy, he has a child of him, not of himself. Like he has a child himself.
He had a child himself.
Striker.
I'm going to hold my tongue on this one.
Yes. Go. So he has a child himself. No, he has a child.
He has his own child.
He has his own child.
Okay.
And he was not mine. He doesn't want to have more than one extra child. Either it would be like the lady already has a child as well, or they will have one together. This was like one situation that, I understand. And the second situation was when the guy met like two ladies. And, and I always say it's two completely different stories. One lady never been married, no children, like just never been in that position. Another lady is with a child, and they spent the Father's Day actually in Ukraine together. And she took her son, and he said that it was like one of the best days in his life because it was so good. He didn't even expect, of course, the lady without child is like easier, you just take her, you can travel, whatever. But he said that he was actually more open for the ladies without children and like to have his own, even though he already had some grow up. But it was such a good connection. He said, like, I enjoy that. I enjoy to be like a father. I enjoy to be like as a family.
Yes, I
can I ask, please? I'm given wash hands. What do you mean by that?
That's like or something, I think.
Okay.
I was just going to say something.
If the children of 4,
if you do, sorry, what were you going to say?
I was reading. No, go ahead.
If one of the worst things that can happen to a man when he goes and dates, I guess anywhere in the world, but we don't care about anywhere in the world. We talk about Ukraine. One of the worst positions the man can be in is when the woman is seeing him, but she's totally indifferent. She's just like, yeah, whatever, like, okay, whatever, she just doesn't really care too much, but the guy's like really into her. Okay. I reckon this is the worst position to be in, to be honest. You're better to have a solid, like, get lost, I hate you, you're ugly, whatever. You're better to have that and move on than a woman that's like, nah, because you're going to have to like try and prove yourself. And if you really think about it, it's like, why would you have to prove yourself? She should be proving herself to you. So it's a terrible position to get in, especially if she's stringing you along. My kind of view on the whole children thing is that it's a lot easier. You're less likely to get indifferent woman, right? Because the woman's either a yes or interested. She's either a no or interested. Is this a person that would possibly be, someone that could be suitable in her situation, that she sees value in you, Or she's like, nah, she's not going to sort of string you along and take you to whatever, the park with her kid. And she's not going to. She's already had kids, right? She's like a whole biological internal mechanism has just like clicked over to the next phase. So she's thinking differently from a woman who is, say, in her late 20s, who's hunting, who's looking for a particular thing in her life. So,
but in general, I think that it's honestly different situation and different combinations. And what I say is that, like, how I do the matchmaking, and the guys ask, like, most of the time, like, how do you do that? Like, how it's happening that you bring me this girl and I like her so much. So when the guy come, of course, we do the matchmaking 3 weeks before the tour. 2-3 weeks before. So they apply and we talk. They say, like, I want this and that. And again, what I'm proud of, about, I don't scared of anything, like about if the guy wants lady with a child, without children, with one children, with two, with English. Like, actually, one of the latest tour, there was only, I think, 1 or 2 ladies who doesn't speak English. So it was a request of the guy. And actually, what is interesting, that sometimes the guy is more attracted to the women with no English, even though it's more difficult to talk. But they do have, like, one of our couples at the moment. She doesn't speak good English. Like, her English is very basic, but they have just such a connection. I believe that when it's your match, really the language doesn't matter that much. So and you can give me all of your requests, and I definitely will be able to find it, but also will ask you to give me a chance to advise you on my behalf and say, please meet this lady, especially when I get to know you. When I get to know you during this, like, first couple of days, I will be able with agency to find you even, like, maybe better even matches that we already have. So this is how it works.
Can I just say something here, right? So there's this, I think it's scientific, but I'm not a scientist, so I can't give you the exact details on it. But, when you're just falling asleep and your eyes are closed and the slightest noise, like, and you wake up, it's because your other senses, like, if you close one sense off, another sense, works better. Do you know this?
Mm-mm.
Oh, well, it does. When your eyes are closed, you can hear better.
Yeah, the other senses.
Mm-hmm. This is kind of the same. Like, when a woman doesn't speak English, she has to use other cues, right, to show that she's interested, because a woman's it's in a woman's instinct to show physical cues all the way through. If you look hundreds of thousands of years ago, there'll be certain cues that she does, whether it's flicking the hair back, whether it's eye contact, whatever it is. It's like, showing, parts of her face, whatever, like showing her leg, these physical cues.
I knew that you'll pay attention.
Look, I'm having a talk with the boys, okay? I'm talking with the boys. So there's all these physical cues, right? So take away one of those, like, senses, or one of those abilities, which is the ability to talk. Okay, so she has to use these other cues as well. And I reckon that this is why, when you can't speak English with the lady, even though before you start you think, I'm not dating a woman that doesn't speak English, how is she going to communicate with me? How are we going to express how we feel about each other, or show each other that we're interested in each other? Well, then she has to do it some other ways, right? She'll be very open. She'll take your hand, because she knows if she takes your hand, she's showing you straight away that she's going to be interested. She'll flick her hair, she'll do all the usual stuff. She'll act a little bit differently than if she could speak English, right? And the other thing is, like, even if she can speak some English, like, it's not that deep, is it? If it's like some English, like she's got basic English A1 or A2 or whatever level, you can't get that deep. But if you've got none, I think that she has to show the guy how she feels. She has to, take him, and she has to be like, she has to really go a little bit extra, because she's lacking on that ability to speak. How you get on past that, that can be the tricky part, I suppose. Hey, shall I tell them about those earbuds?
But you can't use them if you're not together. We didn't use them yet. Let's talk about when.
Let's give them a teaser.
Okay.
Do you guys want a teaser on some earbuds?
But we don't know if it, like.
What do you mean we don't know? We bought them. We bought them off Kickstarter. Nothing ever goes wrong off Kickstarter, apart from that wallet that I bought in 2016 that they still haven't.
We still didn't get it. Like, you ordered it half a year ago.
No, I ordered it in February, and they said it's going to come in June.
Okay, so July already.
June 2019.
I wanted to answer this question here. So, I don't even know like how I feel about that, but I will be honest.
This is a brilliant one. Sorry, keep going. Sorry.
I'm talking about this one, of course.
Oh, I'm going to pull this up on the big screen.
Okay,
We're pulling this up on.
Yeah, can we send photos, examples of women we like from other dating sites? Mr. Bill with the extravagant, phenomenal body picture on your avatar. Sorry, we're not making fun, but we actually do.
That's a great avatar.
Yeah. So from other dating sites, do you think that some might be found in your pool of women? First of all, like I don't like our database to be called pool. Like for me, it's offensive. Like it's not. We're not fish. We're not like. I want most of everything. Like I request big respect from guys. I can't start working with a guy who disrespect Ukraine or Ukrainian culture or think that all the girls scammers, they have this mindset. I mean, I know that you've been hurt. I know that something happened with you in the past. I know that we provide different service and I want you to come to us. Not like, yes, I know that some guys coming to us broken because like they've been through this traumatic experience and I'm the one who need to like kind of like try to fix it. It is very, very difficult for me. I am honest. Of course, it's much easier to take a guy who never like in March, we have 2 guys who never been in Ukraine. They never did any of this, stupid letter writing or been like spend this money. No, it's not true. One was doing the letter writing. We helped him to get money back. That's how he paid for the tour. And and the other one never been.
Ask us how.
So I mean, for that, it's so much easier than just try to heal all your pain that you have in the past. But anyway, recently it happened that the guy found 2 girls with whom he'd been talking on one of the big websites, and he found them on our website. So of course he was very, very happy about that, and like I kind of was excited about that as well because I thought we will be able to arrange a date. I told him please stop the conversation. Like it's absolutely ridiculous situation what happened when he said like, Luba, I have a chat with her tonight, and when we call her she say, I don't have any chat tonight. So it was very like
plot thickens.
Yeah, and he's like, but Luba, it's like it's a point where you can show you my like it's booked like for so anyway, like it's a long story. Thank you, Vanchik. It's exactly what I'm talking about. So when you meet somebody that you've been chatting, you need to take it out of your system. But I don't want you to have a super high expectations on that because unfortunately, most of the time it doesn't work this way. And one is one of the example of that, when you have a very high expectation of something, you really like, you think like, F word to this like 15 girls, I want only this one. And then it's like I don't recommend to have any expectations of any of the ladies. And the same happened with the guy last week. He saw like I was matching, and he say, no, this Oksana, like I just absolutely like I'm in love with her. Luba, I know that you set me up other dates. Please just I just want her. And I was kind of like upset that he has such a high expectation on her, and the date was absolutely just nothing. It was not good, not bad. It was just nothing. It was just absolutely nothing. So, yeah. And what Vanchik say, Kate, yes, one of the girls, we, after that date, we absolutely removed her from all the websites.
Vaughn was on the last week.
So we removed her because I will explain what's happening. So the girl registered the agency, and like, sometimes they don't get any dates for a year or 2 years because these small boutique agencies, they don't do letter writing. They don't have that much clients. So if nobody choose the lady, then she doesn't have any dates. But of course, ladies say, oh, what a bad agency. I will go and register somewhere else. She register, maybe she come to like agency that she thinks is good. And then they put your profile everywhere on every single website. We did this check for one of our clients. He asked to do, we found her on like
Colombian.
It was like,
it was insane.
It was 67 websites that Striker found her on. 67. She would never, ever be able to get out of this website. There's no, like people probably already like, I don't know who registered her there, where these people, like the agency might be closed, but your profile will forever stay on this.
And the oldest site we could find, the oldest web page was like 2016, exact same photos, 2016, think 2016. It's like it's 2021 now, exact same photos on so many websites, like just incredible. So someone has either sold it, I guess they've sold it, or it's all part of the same database. But we did actually, how good was that? I did find her Instagram.
Yeah, I added her, but she didn't add me.
Yeah, I added as well. And it's actually really difficult to find Instagrams. People say, can you find Instagram? The reason that it's difficult is because Google does not let, Instagram does not let Google index its pictures, right? It's a privacy thing. So it doesn't allow Googlebot to come and check out what it is. So that's what makes it very difficult. But we have a
yeah, but it's what I say.
You found the real person. So.
Yeah, it's what I say. You know, like people just don't try. Like I know, like if you have a certain look that you like, of course you will be able to choose this kind of girls. It's obvious.
Oh yeah. What was the question? It was just, oh yeah.
Yeah, but like just don't have this high expectation. We understand that you won't take out this girl from the system. Sometimes, like if you don't have them, like if we don't, and of course we 90% we would not have her on our database, but. You can try and arrange date with her. I always, like when we have a guy, I always tell him what to say in a letter and see what she will reply. This will be the best answer for you. This will be the best answer for you to see like if she's legit or no. I don't mind if you will meet her, and I will even help you with that. I will even be there for you to to arrange this date. I want to take it out of your system because otherwise you can't proceed until you live in this fantasy.
Yeah, and this is actually there's a video that we did. If you go and search, and it's called the dark side of socials, right? And what the video is about is that if a guy has got not really much clue, but he ends up at one of these companies that we just mentioned at the start of this video that one of the guys in here is going to, they go to the social, and all these hot young women just like vultures latch onto him. But of course, he doesn't get a relationship out of it. He just goes on a lot of dates. He just thinks he hasn't met the right lady, but he doesn't realize he's just been scammed for like 7 days solid through these girls that are there. And so one of the questions I always ask is, if you've ever had a call with us, you'll notice on there it says, have you used any dating agency in Ukraine? Because this gives us a pretty good idea of like what your expectations are. If you've used one of these socials, okay, what some guys have said to us in the past is they've said, well, let me just show you the ladies that I've been, like, these are ladies, all the ladies here that I went on dates with. They'll hold up the picture of their phone. So this is, I like her, but like she turned out to be a scammer. Do you have any ladies that look like her, but that aren't scammers? So what, ladies that are 25 years younger that are Instagram models that aren't scammers that want to marry you? No, we don't. It's not the reality of it. So what happens is it twists reality. It bends reality for you as to what's actually available, what's actually attainable for you guys, but it's not. And this is very, very difficult for us. And we've actually turned down guys before who, sort of had this, twisted perception of reality, because we know that it's going to be difficult to get a result. So we say we can't help you. Unfortunately, it's not going to happen. And that's the reality of it. And that's what's the dark side of those subjects.
But I want to say about like what is the success rate of the marriages of your company? We're never gonna hype on that. And like we have a guy last week, he said, can I be on your channel? I want to give an interview. I want to give a feedback. Yes, we don't have a website where we ask like if the guy wants, like he can leave a feedback without like last names or anything. So we want people to be able to read and like learn about that. And we have recently one guy who had kind of like issues with his children, because I know that sometimes it's happening that children against their father to go to Ukraine because they saw so many videos. They've been like doing this, like they saw all this like scam stuff and etc. So they're scared. So we have one guy who had the same issues with his children, talking to that guy and to his children to explain that everything is safe. He did a tour and everything was great. And the guy actually signed up and he's happy because he wanted to go, but he doesn't want to be in a bad relationship with his family. So everything, like your success depends on you. I know that I can find you legit lady. I can find a lady that you will be very attracted and she will be attracted to you. I can find you a lady with children, without children, with English, without English, with tall, short. Like we got any request, like sometimes the guy is shorter, sometimes the guy is taller. He wants
what about the guy that's got the 50-foot yacht that's fully like thing?
We'll see.
And he wants a super young. I'm actually going to go hang out with him. He sounds pretty cool.
I can put you weak and you will. Anyway, so I can do that, but you need to understand that success only depends on you. How will you maintain the relationship? How will you continue and keep the relationship going? It goes ups and downs. It's really like high and low, because like even the most strong relationships, sometimes it's very difficult to go through, because like you have these moments when you just want to give up. And every time that I'm in this moment, not about relationship, but just about work or like life situation, Striker always tell me, at this point, most of the people will give up, you know, and it's just give me like think to put my shit together and just keep going, because, you know, at the end will be result. And so to say about the success rate, you know, I can tell you, you know, that we have every tour, we have people who communicate and they stay in touch. And like some already apply for visa, some already got through the visa. Like one of the ladies is moving to America in August. But remember that we start our project a year ago, like a little bit over a year ago, when the pandemic started and people just was not able to travel. But even though we have a couple that like the guy talked to the lady through the rocket match, and he really, he just recently left the comment in our website for the comments. So
Trustpilot.
So he talked to the lady, and it was just such an interesting connection. It was just like, I would never believe that, you know, it can happen. So they went through so many difficulties because he wanted her to come over there. So it was some visa issues, but they end up living together in Dominican Republic for 3 months.
We didn't even know.
And we didn't even know. Yes, he didn't even share that, because I was actually, how I find out, I will tell you, because one of the guys, he chose her from the rocket match because she was not removed, because like it's you know, we go through the database when, you know, there is a request, of course. And I just remember her, and I thought, like, what happened? Like, because he never messaged me, and then I messaged to the manager, I said, like, what's happening with this girl, with the kid? And then I messaged him, I say, listen, like, what? He said, oh, Luba, like, you know, we are so happy together. I said, you know, it would be nice if you would just like mention something and I would at least know, because I thought, you know, because he and he came to Ukraine twice already. They've been living for 3 months. So, you know, it's good. But we know that we can give you good ladies. We can find a match if you ready to maintain relationship as well.
I have very deep-seated feelings when it comes to the success rates, right? So if you guys follow me, like from right at the start, I did a review of one of these romance tour companies, right? My conclusion at the end of this hour-long video that I did on my iPhone that I'd set up to be a 5-10 minute video was it boiled down to the success rates, right? Because that's how they got me, right? And I understood at the end of it that they don't actually matter. And I said it at the end of this video. This is like in 2018. I knew, not that I'm saying I know stuff now, but I knew freaking nothing back then. I literally was just as blue pill as it would come, right? And like now it's like I look at these and going through like our progression of like our channel and then our company, and then trying to like, you know, figure out new ways to make things work and learn new stuff. I realize now, like, this is the way that they get you, right? Even though I saw the tip of the iceberg back then, but now over the last year, I've really seen it, because they can't get you on anything else. They can't market to you on anything else, right? They can say, hey, look, we're honest.
Sorry about that.
You guys thought you could leave, did you? No. We wouldn't be able to find you. So I forgot what I was saying. Success rates. Yeah. So, and here's the thing you got to understand, like it's buzzwords, right? It's like this get rich type stuff. It's like, I don't know, you guys know the sort of the buzz that's online. It's like, okay, like you've got a certain percentage of like getting what you want if you give us a certain amount of money. This is absolute garbage. And this is one of the things that really pisses me off the most about this, because there was one company and he was saying, you know, we have 80% success rate. Okay, well, that sounds great. Okay, so what are you saying? So 80% of the guys get married, or what is it? But basically, the higher the percentage, the more chances the ladies are legit. I guess that may be what you could boil it down to. So then the next bozo comes along, and he says, Bozo the clown says, well, we've actually got the industry standard, which is 90% success rate, which I know is absolutely garbage, because we've talked to a shit ton of both of those clients, right? On one of my tours that I went, the first one I did the review on, one guy got married out of 27. Now, you tell me where 80% success comes from there. I didn't even work it out for yourself. So what happens is, like, you get This guy saying we've got 80% success rate. You got Bobo the clown that's saying we've got 90% success rate. So, okay, so how are we ever going to get your business? Well, we're going to have like 95% success rate, right?
I don't care about that.
No, but let me finish. This is where I'm going. It's like this is the only way that they can get it right. But
by saying the numbers.
But it's just buzzwords, yeah. But the thing is, it doesn't matter what the success rate is. Like, we can match the perfect man, the perfect woman together, and if he doesn't have the skills to maintain that relationship, which has got nothing to do with us, right? Nothing to do with us, then it will fall apart. If the lady all of a sudden gets back with her ex-husband, or she sees it some other reason, they don't work out, it's got nothing to do with us. And not only does it have nothing to do with us, it has absolutely nothing to do with you as well. And the problem is that when these companies say 80% success rates, that's what our clients have got, that's what we've got, and then if you give us some money, that's what you'll have as well. Don't you worry about it. But it's rubbish. It's absolute just garbage. So by us saying what, and our success rates are not going to be 80 or 90%, or we can't control what the guys or the ladies do. We can give the best advice possible and we'll follow them along the way, but things happen. But by us saying what the success rates are, it's got nothing to do with you whatsoever. And all we're doing is that we're playing into the exact same game that these other idiots are doing, that they think is, I don't know, just getting your money, I suppose. So we won't talk about that. We do not put our clients on camera and say, hey, tell them how great we are. We do not do that as well. We don't say, hey, you've just met her like a week ago and you've just been engaged. Tell them how amazing that must feel. We don't do any of this, right? Because this is not reality. This is not how reality works, okay? You come over here, you meet a woman, you work it out. Whether it works, maybe it doesn't, you come back again or whatever. Our goal is to make sure that the ladies are legit. You have a good time when you're here. You end up loving Ukraine. We support you along the way. We help you through, whatever you need. That's our job. Our job is not to promise you something that you will have a 90% success rate if you give us X amount of money. This is rubbish. And if you're falling for this, like this is like the gurus, the get rich quick scheme. It's like back in the 90s, it was like the 800 numbers late at night that said that you could win big on whatever, gambling or whatever. Just, be smart about it, guys. So really, it doesn't matter what this guy has done in the past.
And also, your experience is absolutely on you, and it's absolutely individual because we, like the guys, we not push them, we not pull them. Like, it was funny. One of the guy asked me like if I know your engagement ring size, finger size, and then I said, "Sir, you're such a like." I think it's a little bit even rush. Like, I don't want them to rush. I want them to take their time to date and stuff. And he said, why? He asked that because he was actually, on one of the companies, and they asked this question for the ladies because for them, it's like they need to hype it. They need to say, okay, give the ring, give the ring, give the ring. For us, like, we have two guys from the March tours. It's one of my, every guy, they ask me like, Luba, so how do you compare us with the previous tours? Like, are we the best clients? Am I the best? It's the same question, always. But in March, it was something special. For me, both of the guys were very, it was just something, it was different. This June was just crazy. It was miracles all over the place. But the March one, will always stay in my heart. And both of the guys, after March, they already met, came back to their ladies. They spent time, one being in May, another being now in June. Both of them, one coming in July to spend 3 weeks, another come in August. I asked both of them, they're in a wonderful relationship. Their ladies send me messages almost like every week saying like, Lubachka, thank you so much. Like, especially the older lady, she's just like, she's so happy. And they send me pictures. They went to Carpathian Mountains and she sent me hundreds of pictures, like where they've been and how she's grateful. This other couple, they went in Kiev and I give some recommendations. They went to an aviation museum. They went to this miniature museum. So many memories. And I say, guys, are you going to propose? And they say, we're extremely happy. We want to give them time. They don't want to rush things. And it's not about like marriage and like the visa. Yes, of course, I just always say that, the visa process, unfortunately, takes so long that, of course, if you can like start the visa now and it will take at least a year now, and for maybe 8 months, 9 months, like it will take so long. So you can propose and, then you can continue coming. But they say we're coming back, and then we're coming back in October, and then like we will propose. So it's not about proposing. It's about having a good experience, having a good time of your life, love each other, have a passionate relationship, have everything that is coming along with that, if you know what I mean, and just enjoy your life without thinking about this, like, engagement, not engagement. It doesn't matter.
This is the problem, right? Because all of these companies, they want to have a tick on the board that says, yep, that guy came and yep, he's engaged, but we don't really care what happens after that. As far as we know, he's in part of the 80%.
We are in Ukraine. Sorry, like 3 times the guy asked a question and we ignore it. We are in Ukraine. I subscribe to the channel. Yeah, likes.
And really, like, it's it doesn't matter what like you could like go to one of these channels, right, and have a look. If they're saying we've got 80% or 70% or 90%, whatever, have a look at the clients that they take on. Guys that have, like, I saw one recently where the guy was like full-blooded. I think it was Indian or it was something anyway, and they were saying something like got turned down by 90% of the ladies because he's going to struggle. He's going to struggle here doing that. He'll still charge him full price, But do you want to? Are you the same as that guy? Are you the same who's going to get turned down by 90% of that? Maybe you are, maybe you're not. Okay, so if you're the same as that guy, we'll put yourself into that category. Okay, because there's a category that you're in. You're not in everyone's category of the average of the guys coming over here. I don't know. It really pisses me off because it's all a money grab. It really is. It's just. And it's just, I don't know. Guys, don't get me started, but you already have for the last half an hour.
Guys, please subscribe to our Telegram channel. I see that guys still do. And I remind you that I have a little tiny rule. I wanted to have your real name on there, and I wanted to have a picture. It's very important for me because, like, I put there like our personal stuff, where we are, what we do. We share with you our lives, and I want to feel, this group will never be like millions and thousands of people. Now it's 257 people, and most of them I know, and I want to feel that I posted for my friends. I don't care about how many people will left, but I will delete people who doesn't have pictures.
We've had like other agencies, we've had other vloggers that come in there and try and like scrape our content for their own ideas for their videos, and so that's why it's like, okay, so maybe if you're one of those people, maybe you've got a fake one in there and you've got us, but that's kind of more personal stuff that's in there. So it's not like YouTube where you can just do whatever. So Paul Rose says get the likes up. One thing that we don't do that a lot of YouTubers do, like on live videos, they're like, hey guys, come on, let's get the likes. Hey, we've got so many people in here, get the likes. We don't do that, but now I think we should. Can you
please put some likes? It's 63 people. Please click the like button.
We almost had 100 people in the room like once, and I was like, nobody. I didn't say anything, so I didn't want people to go, well, we're going to leave then.
But that's okay.
And it got to like 91 or something, and I was like, 100. It would be so good. But
who watch our Telegram? I think it's funny. Like, give me some cheer, because sometimes I think like maybe I should.
Hey, what do you guys think of Luba's vlogging? Like, I think it's getting good. Like, it's always been good, but it's getting better. If you guys don't know, we have another channel called On The Go, which is Luba's vlogging channel. Luba's behind the scenes stuff.
Everything will be in the description. Just subscribe to everything and follow us, please.
Not everything.
Still not everything. Posting not everything.
What else do we have? Do we have Instagram? We don't use Instagram.
No, Instagram.
No, I'm actually going to delete Instagram. I'm sick of it.
Rodney, recently, Striker sent me the picture that he subscribed to Rocket On The Go. So he's already there, guys. Do not hesitate.
Yeah. So you guys are behind. If you haven't subscribed to On The Go and Rocket Live, and Rodney has, you just take a good look in the mirror about who you are as a man. If Rodney has already,
you're not a real man.
Now, hang on. Let's have a look.
Begging for another Ukrainian girls in the street.
Begging for another Ukrainian girls on the street video and their perceptions.
Is it a bad comment?
Paul, I'm not too sure what you mean.
He was always so nice.
I don't think he's big. Luba's vlog is great. Her 5-minute videos are so good. Yeah.
Спасибо.
Yeah, she's doing well. Like, I mean, and you got to imagine, like, from where she, like, it took me so long to get her to come and do the first ever video that we made. She was like, no, I won't do it, blah, 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 blah. Well, we didn't say blah, 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 but you said blah, blah, blah. It was very elegant the way you did it. But it, like to now when she's like vlogging on the street and, vlogging on the street, annoying people, doesn't care. Hey, it's me, it's Luba from... okay, well, what are we talking about here? I've got no idea.
No, we just, I want to...
Losing our minds.
Just one time...
Hey, Lonnie. Hey, where have you been? Where's Lonnie been? Have you heard from Lonnie lately?
Yeah.
What's been going on, Lonnie? What's going on? You should drop us an email and see what's going down.
I wanted to say that I will just repeat one more time. If you're wondering about the tours, at the beginning of July, like I was planning to do, like we will not do the tours every month. Like it's just really like very, very difficult. So, but we do have tour in July that is already booked, and we have a guy who really asked like to be in July as well. So, if you're willing to do the tour in July, we have 1 or 2 spots on 26th of July. So if you want, please send us an email and we will interview you and maybe you will become the part of Heart Rocket Tour.
We're actually thinking about changing sort of how we sort of do it in the future, sort of after August, September, because of it's not sustainable for Luba and Maria, but it's like, if you imagine what this month was in June, we had one guy that came over sort of in the middle. He went with Maria. In the meantime, Luba's matchmaking and also with a Rocket Tour, a Rocket Match client. Then they left and they did 10 or 11 days with 2 clients, Maria, 2 clients. And they came back for like 3 days. In those 3 days, we spent 2 days pretty much making videos and doing stuff and getting stuff ready here. Plus she's still matchmaking for another client as well. And one client who was like dire straits kind of, signed up while you're at the hotel. You remember that? And we said, look, like she's only going to be able to do so much while she's working, and I can do so much as well. So he was sort of half on it as well. Comes back 3 days. So that's like 5 clients and like less than a month. And it's not sustainable, And we knew that it wouldn't be, but I guess we're finding our feet. So what we're probably going to do is maybe do like 1 tour a month.
Every other month.
Or every other month. We'll see how we go.
Maybe a little bit, but...
And it'll be like, maybe 3, 4, maybe...
Okay, still like talk to us because like, I don't know, I don't want to discourage like somebody or like I still will be there, please. I still can do it. And I care...
but what I was getting at is that I'm going to be on tour as well.
I let you... No, actually, it was very, very good that Striker agreed to be.
Well, agreed. I've been begging you since the start. And you're like, oh, you'll get in the way. Well, thanks a lot. I'll get in the way.
Now it's a new thing. Striker is on the tour as well. So we'll be more videos of me.
We're thinking about calling them Striker tours. Rocket Tour with Striker. That's what we're going to officially.
Oh, look at you.
Rocket Tour with Striker. And people will say, I want to go on a Rocket Tour. I go, yeah, we've got one available. And they'll say, is it a Rocket Tour with Striker? Well, Rocket Tour with Striker is booked out. I'm sorry. It's booked out to 2026. No, but so I'm going to come as well just to help. But it's quite good actually because like I quite often talk to the guys along the way over Skype, and it's good. It's like another guy to talk to, And I think it's like a good, Luba has her feminine energy and I have my masculine energy with the guys, So it's cool. It's good times.
I struggle. Like, I'm sorry. Sometimes I really think that my English is so bad. I don't know like how to say things like when I do these videos and I feel a little bit uncomfortable.
About what?
When I do the videos, I think that I don't give enough of information. Like I want to share more, but I just, and I can't.
It's difficult. Like, whenever I used to make videos by myself, like,
Yes, if you will be in a wingsuit, then you can go and call it like
anything can be arranged. But it's like whenever I used to make a video, because the way I make them and the way me and Luba make them are different because we can bounce off each other and I don't have to do these jump cuts all the way through of me going and then having to retake it. So, but I would make a video and I would get to the end and I'd go, man, that sucks. What the hell was that about? What's that, And then like you go back and you think, well, I've made it, so I'll just edit it. And you edit the video and you clip it all together and you actually look at it and you go, wow, it's actually like pretty good information that's in there. But when you're making it yourself, like you think, what, we have this all the time, right? When we do videos, we're like, man, what the hell was that video about? We went off topic and then I'll go and edit the video and I'm like, it's actually pretty good. And then we'll do it and it like ranks like number 2 out of our top 10 videos. And it's like, but you're you're like your own worst critique when it comes to YouTube. That's why I have developed the skill of blocking anyone else's hate out, because I've got so much criticism for me.
Yeah, me too.
I don't have any room for anybody else's. So,
yeah. But anyway, guys, we try for you, and I still very, very passionate about what we're doing. Thank you, Mike. We're still very passionate about what we're doing, and I really, truly want you guys to listen to us and like take our advices, because we'd spend hours and days and nights, by talking. And I see like one of the guys that is like at the moment with no names, like doing the rocket match. For me, it was very kind of cool what happened. Like it was kind of like a big, like striker always says, like high and low. So he came to meet one girl, and I was thinking it will work out well. But it was like mutual, she was expecting from him something, he was expecting something from her, so it didn't happen. So basically, like I believe that if it would be destiny, then it would happen. But it was obviously not. But now he went to a different city, and for me, I didn't tell you this by the way yet. So for me, it was just like so incredible how different now he arranged the date. How different now he wants to like this to make it work, because before he was kind of a little bit neglected. He was like, no, she should arrange it, or like she can do it, or like I'm not from here, like I don't care. He like today before the date, he went to explore the area, to know where to walk, to be more. If that would not happen, if that like bad experience would not happen.
Who are you talking about?
The guy who'd been in Odessa. So this
I had a very good chat with him yesterday about this.
No, but
when he was waiting at the train station.
Okay, but anyway, like it works, like, so if you
see, that's why I should be on tour. I can just fix things. I'm Mr. Fix It. I know you're talking about.
Yeah, but I mean, it's nice, yes, it didn't work in the first place, but after this happened, we was able to analyze what he did wrong, why all his previous relationship maybe didn't work as well.
Yeah.
So Striker talked to him, I talked to him, and today it was like a different person, completely different person. Like he was like asking questions, like he wanted to be prepared, everything should be done, like because the girl expecting that, and she, to be honest, unfortunately, doesn't care if you're from Ukraine or you're not. She doesn't care if you just came. For me, I always try to explain that, like when I traveled to US, and when I've been there, I visited my clients, it was completely different. And first time when it happened, I was like, oh, wow. Because when you guys come, everybody call me mama. I get used to that. Even if the guy is 70, I still his mama.
Someone called me papa the other day.
And now we're mama and papa.
I'm not happy about this.
But now we're mama and papa of our baby heart rocket. So, yes, they all call him Papa Striker now. But anyway, what I'm saying is that when the guy come, he kind of like a little bit, please don't get upset, but it's normal. You can be honest with mama. So not a little bit useless, especially first time. He doesn't know anything. And that's why you want to go on a tour, because you want to just focus on dating. You want to be the best version of yourself on the. You don't want to care about like how to get to this restaurant, how to get to this Uber. You have opportunity, you pay for that, and you got the service that will make sure that you don't have to be stressed about that or do anything about this. So, yeah, just 1 second. And so you don't have to worry about that. But I see that you kind of a little bit like you relax and you rely on us. That is good. But when I come to US and these guys, they're driving a big car, they have their house, they know where to get. We was living with one of my couples, and I just said like, oh, it would be nice, to cook something. So in 5 minutes, he drove to the shop and he bought like me like special blender that I just mentioned, and they didn't have it at home. So immediately he did that. So of course, I understand that you're different at home. I understand that you all can sort the same thing that I sort for you here back home. But girls, I don't know, like there's some lacking, and I always talk about that. I always explain, but they don't. Like they want things to be arranged. They don't want to think like, are you here or there? They're dating a man, and they take you for who you are at the moment, for who you are in general.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And they will test the hell out of you at that point in time to see if you're congruent with what you say you are now and to what you are going to be in the future. But one thing I'll just say here about like our client, we don't talk about clients, but we're not saying any names, but what he did, like I fully respect. Is that he reached out like a little while ago, he's having some problems, and we worked through it, and then he ended up doing some other things as well. And like, there was, I wouldn't say issues. It's just, it didn't gel well with the lady,
was lacking of, I think it was lacking from both sides.
It's just
like she was expecting from him.
Yeah.
Again, it's all about expectation. When you have like this super high expectation and values, it doesn't work.
Yeah. And so after I spoke to him, like, we spoke for like an hour or so, or maybe not that long, maybe half an hour or something. He was busy. He was getting ready to go to this other city. And he says, yeah, no, that's great, whatever. And I called Luba after. I said, I think, because he sort of rushed off at the end. I said, I think that he listened. I hope he did. He sounded like he did. And clearly he has. And that's not me that's going to do better in this next thing, or Luba at all. That's him. That's his openness to go, okay. One way you could kind of think about it is like, let's say you have 12 dates. Rocket Match has 12 match-made dates set up. Let's just say 11 of them are for practice.
And you know what? Like, I think that the best thing about Heart Rocket is that, yes, I've been working with the guys for so many years, but it was different guys. And like, don't get me wrong, like it was not bad. It was just different, like from all these big companies. They just was not ready for all of that. Like they were coming just for like with a different mindset. So when we start working, like Striker, I think that I have an input in you, like when I tell you like how the girls like and what they want and how you should, like something that you would not know because
from a Ukrainian
perspective. And
yeah.
You explained me some things from the guy perspective. Then, I now understand guys much better, because before I have nobody to ask for. Like I can't go to like this big company and say like, why this guy acted like this? Now you explain to me because it's on the West, like it's normal or not normal. So we able to communicate and we are able to understand the whole situation completely.
Yeah.
So we never blame like one party, never blame like either girl or guy. Like we never, like the guy say, oh, she's like did that. I will call her. Don't you worry. I will call her and find out what you actually did. And it's always both. It's always in the relationship. It's always two. It's always two, sometimes three. But it's always, that make the relationship, either grow or not grow or something like that. So we always there for you to discuss and see what is your problem. Because like if you are stubborn, and I don't scared of this word, you're stubborn and you say like, I know better. I do this and I you would not be here if you would know better, if it is right to say, and if if me or Maria tell you that you need to change your shirt, you need to change your shirt, and like the guys will know, like if we recommend you, of course you can stay in the same, like you can do whatever you want. But if you already paid us money, if you already give me, yourself in my, hands, let me do it, let me accomplish that. Do not listen to me, because otherwise like it's difficult to achieve. Because if you will come and tell me you know better, then honestly guys, better not to even contact us, because like we will be contradicting, like we will I don't want to fight with the client. I don't want to tell him that I'm right or wrong. I think
and the alternative is like, okay, he's doing something stupid. Who cares? Who cares? He can just do whatever. We'll just take his money, and then we become like the others.
Dear, I hope that your eyes will.
I'll just say here, like, well, I think that one of the greatest traits that a man can have is his ability to adapt and to change. Not just like now in the situation.
Man or human. Or
man. But I guess humans as well. But we're talking about men now. In context.
I want to know, because I think that the girls. No, we talked about this the other day about the girls who, like some of the girls, they just don't want to adapt until until they.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But what I was saying is that like, maybe we could put that in the ladies' YouTube channel. But is the ability to adapt and change, right? And it's the ability to react at the right time. So it's like, I don't know, if the house is on fire, you need to react and to change what you would normally be doing right now. You're normally scared of fire. Now you can't be scared of fire. You have to basically adapt to the situation that's happening now. And so if, you're in another situation that you're not used to being, it's a different environment, it's different culture, different language, whatever. And someone from there says something to you like, hey, here you should do something like this, this or this. It's the ability for a man to have this openness about him, this open-mindedness, to say, yeah, okay, maybe I don't know everything. Maybe I've still got a lot to learn, and I think it's an extremely good trait to have, to know that you don't know much. or you don't know much about that particular situation, you know, and it can be anything from fashion to culture to dating to anything at all, you know.
Yeah, just let me copy that. Okay, guys, what
time is it? Holy hell.
Yeah, we probably will finish.
Wow, it's 1 hour 23. Okay, guys, ask us some questions. I hope we haven't missed anything. We should just scroll back. The problem with man's wardrobe isn't a style. It's all fitted clothes. You know, Paul, you actually someone kept asking me about the shirt. I'm sorry, I've seen it and I haven't ignored it.
About this one?
Yeah, someone's like, where did I get the shirt from? It's like I bought 4 for like $20 at the shop.
It's a good shop called Reserved.
Reserved. I don't know if it's good because they always shrink.
No, but it looks good. No, it looks, and this other one.
I googled it. You know, if you put hair conditioner on them and rub it, it gets big.
Yeah.
Video for another day. Subscribe to the channel.
Yeah. So yeah, change what?
Okay, guys. You offer tours to Balkans like Croatia, Syria.
Let me marry all the Ukrainian ladies, and then maybe we will move somewhere else.
I've never been to any of those. Oh no, I've been to Croatia. I've been to Split.
They're all the same, like Croatia, Montenegro, and Serbia.
But not the same as Ukrainian, right?
No. I mean, like this like close to each other. It's a famous destination.
It's not.
And the Montenegro, you can fly from Odessa. They have flights, by the way.
I'd like to go. I'd like to go to Serbia anyway. It just sounds like it would be cool.
Yeah. Okay, guys, thank you so much. If you have no questions, please, like down below will be all the links to our 3 channels, like On The Go, Rocket Life, and Telegram. And put your likes. Subscribe.
Yeah. Okay.
Stay with us.
Always good to catch up with you guys. I know this video wasn't really about much, but if you want to talk to us, please visit our website www.heartrocket.com. book the call with us. If you're in a relationship, if you're not in a relationship, if you're planning a trip to Ukraine, or you don't know what to do about dating in Ukraine, or you just want to chat, give us a call and we will be happy to see you. Yeah, and I'll just finish on this. If you guys are, please do not write letters, do not buy credits, do not do this correspondence. Like it's, during the pandemic, it kind of went through the roof. Like we thought people were like, can't be bothered with it, but people are bored, right? So, these things are going. We actually saw a short documentary on OnlyFans. They were saying like in the pandemic, how like the value of it went up like by $5 billion or something like that. Because people are bored. They got nothing
in winter, it was always like that.
Yeah, people crave this interaction, with each other, and men crave interactions with females, but the problem is with this letter writing is that you may just be talking to a dude, unfortunately. So please don't do it. Save your money, invest in a gym membership, invest in good food, invest in good shoes, some Yeezys. Instead of writing letters for a week, buy yourself a pair of Yeezys.
Yeah.
If you know what those are. I only just know what those are.
Smartest.
But anyway, so just do that anyway. But if you're bored and you want someone to talk to us. And you can, with Rocket Match, you can talk to ladies. And then after you've had the hour call with them, if you like each other, you can just exchange Viber. This is what happened with one of our clients. They did that. Now he's living with her in Dominican Republic, or staying with her in Dominican Republic. So you can have real interactions, okay? Not, credits, send her some flowers and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, guys, you guys are awesome. Thank you for bearing with us on this amazing Sunday night. And Ukraine is open, so come on. What are you waiting for? Stop mucking about. Come on. I did it. You can do it too.
I'm waiting for you on the tour.
All right. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Yeah.